Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Derek Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, we got a special announcement from Ox Publishing and Hutton Chase. There seems to be a little problem with adding trade lines now. This is a clue. Please stay tuned. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it.
Alright, welcome back. Well, it's a little disturbing what's happening, and you know it's going to happen because when you start thinking about how does credit bureaus operate and where you get your credit from, how they operate hand in hand. Most people think they're separate entities. I believe they're hand in hand because the lower your credit score, the more interest, the more money that they can charge you. So therefore they have a vested interest to make sure your scores are lower. Whenever you have situations where you can increase your credit score within 30 to 45 days relatively rapidly, then there are forces against that happening. And here we go with forces against that happening. Ox Publishing and Hutton Chase, which Ox Publishing only did Equifax anyhow. But the fact of the matter is, nationwide acceptance, as you can see here, I received this letter. And whoever had the Hutton Chase, who reported to TransUnion, they no longer do. And here's the letter. It just happened last month apparently, so some of you, if you have Hutton Chase, you might notice that no TransUnion reporting, but they still have the Equifax. So I'll just go over the letter. You can see it, you can read it yourself. They're excited, they're trying to get everything back, but the bold is what is the most important part. All right. All consumers that were assigned for reporting prior to August 23rd will continue to report to Equifax through nationwide acceptance on or about the 1st of each month. All consumers that are assigned for reporting on or after August 23rd will report to Equifax through rapid returns on or about the 15th of each month. So now it's rapid returns instead of nationwide acceptance. So this is what is going on in the credit area, because as the economy starts getting worse and worse, keep in mind, traditionally what happens is the requirements to obtain credit, they make sure that your credit score has to be higher. So right now you can pretty much get homes, you can get cars, and a whole bunch of credit for having a credit score of 580 to 600. In the next year or two, when the economy starts going worse, they'll raise those requirements. You might need a 620, you might need a 650, you might need a 680, you might need even a 700, as what happened before when there was a financial crisis. So these are the kind of things that you have to look out for. That's why you need to get your credit score done now. Make sure you get it into a positive area. Generally you want it to be, if you can, 650 is fine, but 680 and up, that should be your goal, to get to 680 and up, at least on two of your credit scores. Not all three have to be that, but what you want is you want your middle score to at least be 680 and up. One score could be 750, another score could be 685, another score could be 600, but that middle score needs to be at least 680 and up. So that's what you need to concentrate on. So there's still other ones that I'll post down below in the description, such as My Jewelers, New Coast Direct. I still recommend getting the Discover It card, because after 6 months, even though it's a secured card, they give you back your deposit and they'll increase your credit line and make it unsecured. And those are all primary trade lines that you can get right now, and in the next 30 to 45 days you can boost your credit score up. We still have AU trade lines. So I just want to get that out of the way, because this is what's going to be going on. And you already know, if you're trying to get any type of credit now, they're already trying to get you to have a higher interest rate. All right? So that is a thing that's going to be happening over the next year to 2 years. So keep all of this in mind. And if you have credit, what you want to do is, if you owe anything, you want to try and reduce your debts right now. That's the object of your desire. Reduce the amount that you owe for any debt. And I realize cars and homes, those are hard things to do. But any credit cards, any loans, anything that does not have to do with car and mortgages, you should be trying to reduce those as quickly as possible. Now, of course, if you have the extra income to reduce the car payment and pay it off quicker, that would be helpful as well, because you're going to need that line of credit, and you're going to need a whole bunch of more things if you lose your job or get a reduction in pay, because this isn't just simply about your credit score. This is about your life, and everyone's going to be tested here real shortly. And speaking of that, I'm going to roll this into, this isn't just going to be about credit, because I want to show you something that is even more disturbing. And here it is. America's fastest growing jobs pay about 24,000 annually. And if everybody's not keeping track, that's $2,000 a month. And this was out September 4th on Bloomberg. This is not a good thing, okay? When you start thinking about, you have the fastest growing jobs is making $2,000 a month, that is below the poverty level in the United States. That also means you're not going to be able to pay for anything. That also means that you're not going to be able to get credit of any substantial amount either. Most people think, oh, I need a $10,000 credit card, a $5,000 credit card, a $20,000 credit card. Guess what? If you're making $24,000 a year, you're not getting one. All right? There's ways you can manipulate it right now because they're a little lax, but in the next 2 years or so, that's not going to be a possibility. So therefore, that's why you should get your LLCs, your incorporations, get your corporation set up, get yourself building your business credit, so then that way you'll have another area where you can borrow in order to make income, because that's really what you want to do. You want to turn debt into income. You don't really just want to have dead debt, such as, like I said, when we buy cars, when we buy anything of material object that doesn't increase in value, that is actually just dead debt. So therefore, if you're going to use your business credit, you want to turn that into, or personal credit for that matter, you want to turn that into income producing. So I just want to point this out. The 24,000 annually is the fastest growing jobs, and that's sad, because when you start thinking about if you have children or anyone above the age of 18, or somebody that's even 10 years old right now, and this could be their future, that's sad. That's not very good. All right, and they're talking about, look here, through 2028. This is 9 years from now. So they're giving you kind of like a warning, and people aren't heeding it. So this is now your time to get your footprint down, whether it's social media, any which way you can get your feet wet where you're going to be able to make additional income. You might want to start thinking about it. So all the signs are here, all the indicators are here. And let's see what we got here. Oh, the week. Right. Speaking of the fastest growing jobs, don't pay a living wage. All of you can figure this out. We just gave you the number. If it's $24,000, you're not going to be able to live in hardly any places. You generally, for rent, have to earn 3 times the amount of the rent. So nobody is going to do. Where can you live for $650 a month and still not have any other expenses? So that's, that you're not going to live in a very good neighborhood on $700 a month rent, and you don't want that. So everybody, prepare yourself. I've been saying this now for the last 12 months. So there's no reason that subscribers of Stop Struggling Now shouldn't be preparing themselves. You have the knowledge, you have the information. Now all you have to do is just take the steps, one step at a time. And I want to thank everybody, because look here, we went over 2,500 subscribers. 2,500, and I can't even highlight it. 2,500 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate the support, the continued support, and please share the videos. Let people know that they should check out even some of the older content, some of the older videos, because there's things here about a lot of different things. So we were talking about the housing recession a year ago. We're talking about what the steps are to become a millionaire. Experian Boost will help increase your credit score as well. We're talking about AU trade lines, self-lender, even cryptocurrency every now and then. So a full gamut overall well-being of how to stop struggling now in the United States and around the world. Most people don't realize $10 an hour, pretty much 10%, 90% of the world makes less than $10 an hour. So which way does the teeter-totter swing? All right? It's going to be starting to slide the other way, which is why this 24,000 figure for the most jobs coming up is no surprise. So I just, again, want to thank everybody for the support, for the love, and the comments down below. Please always leave me a comment. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And as you know, at the end, I always say it, because it's hard. It's easy for some, harder for most, to increase wealth, to increase income. But just start today and don't look back. And every day, even if your first step, it doesn't look like you're going to create income, keep going. Second step, it looks like somebody's not buying, keep going. You have to get in front of somebody at least 7 times before any person will buy something. Just keep that in mind. So if you haven't gotten up to at least 7 times, you ain't got nothing to bitch about if somebody hasn't bought anything. You got to at least get up to 7. And then that's average. So therefore, let's go to 15 before you start bitching. And then you just look around, because I guarantee you, as long as you keep trying, you will get what you're looking for. But you just can't do it once, twice, or 3 times. So anyhow, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.